Welcome to Nobles Wow podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Adri.
And what are we going to talk about today?
We are talking, this is long overdue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've been meaning to put out videos like constantly, consistently, but it's just a lot, okay?
Well, this has to do with what we were talking about, the self-awareness, the last one.
Yes.
Kind of.
So this is a continuation of our last podcast.
Go watch
post. Yeah, about self-awareness, and we're just kind of on that episode. We talked about why and how we got to our self-awareness, and today we're going to talk about what we did and what we're continuing to do to be self-aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so,
it's a continuous.
Yeah. It's a continuous journey. Sure is.
Okay, so first question is, what tools did you use for your self journey? Did any of them work? What did not work? What did work for you?
Okay, you go first.
Because everyone's different.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for everybody. So I think the number one thing, which I know it's hard for you, but it's so good for me because I'm not really good at expressing my feelings, but journaling has helped so much. Really write down. And when you write down, well, for me, because sometimes I think that's how you think about it too. You want to have like I want to say it perfectly. I want to say it this way, so if someone reads it, but no, it's just supposed to be like a mind dump. You're just supposed to write your heart on the page and kind of leave it there. A lot of people burn it to like signify.
Like you write down.
Symbolize, yeah, like you write down all your feelings, all your stuff, and then you burn it. It's like a part, like you kind of let it go in a way. But journaling has really helped me. Before or after my separation, that was my daily thing. Exercise, crying, and then writing. Exercise, crying, and writing. Exercise, crying. But that really helped me, kind of an outlet.
It was an outlet for you.
Yeah, definitely. Reading was really important. It still is. I like to learn. So I just knowledge really helped me.
Soaked it up.
Yeah, the podcasts. There's a lot of good podcasts.
I say
out
she's
there.
a mushroom because you know how mushrooms, like if
You
you
said
cook
that to
them.
me.
Yeah, I did say that too. Because when you cook mushrooms, they absorb all the moisture, and that's why they tell you not to add anything. You just saute
Mushrooms
it.
are amazing.
Yeah, they are amazing.
That's my new thing.
Because you're amazing. So since you're amazing and you soak everything up like a sponge, you're a mushroom.
Do I have a clicker? Sure.
When we do this, yeah.
I'll
be the mushroom. That's
For
so
dorks. And meditation also. I know for a lot of people, but again, meditating doesn't have to be this quiet.
Meditating doesn't mean you have to sit on a mat
No.
and quiet, like you know how they do it in the movies or in the yoga. It doesn't mean you have to do that.
But I think it is quieting the mind.
Yes.
Kind of something that can help you an outlet. Like drawing really is another form of meditation for me. Running, exercise.
I even say making coffee or tea is a sort of meditation.
Cooking.
Yeah, cooking, because
That's what
that's what basically you're doing in your mind.
we're.
You know, you're like making sense of what's going on in your mind, and you're occupying your hands.
You're calming.
Yeah, you're calming your mind while your hands are occupied in something, and it just kind of like.
I think that works for people who are like anxiety.
Yeah,
They have
so
a lot of anxiety.
For me,
or just people who worry
a
a
lot.
lot. They more natural
Warriors. Yeah.
women, I think.
Yeah.
Because we think about everything.
I mean, I
I'll
wouldn't
say
want to
men
just say
doesn't.
women because that doesn't mean that men don't either.
No,
But
no, absolutely not.
it's more. We talk about it more, at least. Maybe.
So what worked for you?
For me, so
It didn't
now.
work. What worked and didn't.
Okay. So now, I am starting to journal. Like it was hard for me to journal at first because, like you were saying, when I would journal, I'd feel dumb because like when I do it, I'd be like, okay, what am I writing? I keep thinking there needs to be a purpose to it, and
Well, there you
and yeah, but like
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like
There has to be like a
okay, which writing shouldn't be, right? When you're journaling, it doesn't need to be structured. But in my head, I'm thinking it needs to be structured. And
do you think, because you've said this before,
yes,
kind of how your mind thinks, like if she passed away, someone read it, she would want it.
Exactly. I would want someone to think I'm philosophical. I'm poetic. But really, my journal would probably consist of, like, I'm like, oh, I just woke up this morning and I feel like this and this and this. Oh, look, a dragonfly just passed me by. I wonder what that means. Or like, that would be that is
like
my journaling.
Your mind thinks it's
exactly a mind dump.
Jot it down.
Yeah, word dump. But so it's starting to work for me now. In the beginning, when I first started it, it was weird. I didn't know how to do it. But I have so much in my head. I feel like talking. You know what? I just realized maybe I should videotape myself just talking. Right? Well, that's another type of journaling, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever works for you. Not everyone learning. Everyone learns different. Everybody learns the same.
Exactly. I just discovered I'm gonna start doing that because writing is a little hard for me. I will say, like, it's good though. It's good when I do it, but it is difficult to get into that groove of just letting myself write whatever. But videos, I like videos too. YouTube videos, what a coincidence. Just hearing other people's like thoughts on things and that make sense to me and what I think pertains to me. And meditation, like yoga really does help me a lot. And right, like moving and stretching my muscles helps me a lot to just kind of like, I think because I'm an anxious person, it helps me just kind of like move for what I call the wiggles, just like wiggle my body out and just kind of stretch all that anxiousness that could sometimes be get pent up somewhere. I just kind of move it out, and that helps a lot. What? What?
Sorry. Oh my god, I couldn't help but say, did she only do like one eyeliner?
No, I did both. What are you talking about?
Oh my god. This is us being us.
This entire time I was talking, I'm thinking you're listening to me.
I mean, I am.
I mean, you know this already, but
It's like, what? Oh my god.
No,
So
but
am I red?
I'm red.
Oh man. But that's good that you're shooting. And good that you have the eyeliner.
Yes.
Because like my head, I was like, should I tell her?
Should you just let me?
Yeah, let me.
But
Okay, next question.
not since I'm on this side.
What are the things that you learned about yourself while applying these things?
Okay, you go first. I'm gonna have you go first every time.
Okay. What have I learned about myself? That I learned through learning and doing, experiencing. One of the things that one of the people that I follow on Instagram, he says that trauma is healed by experience. And I think sometimes we get really locked up in the learning, in that self like hermit mode where you don't want anybody and anything around you because it's scary. It's scary to go out in the world even after COVID. It's just really different.
I mean, I feel like everybody can kind of relate to that.
Yeah. Like
that does happen though when you go on that self-awareness journey because you just learn so much
about yourself
that it makes you see things it makes you see everybody else too.
That's what's beautiful about the self-awareness, and when you go inward, you're able to see others as well.
Because sometimes you can see too much.
Exactly. Well, that's why
it feels
it's
overwhelming. Yeah.
Like when I'm around people, I'm like, ugh. I think I'm too out.
I need to go. 5 minutes was enough.
If I ever bail on you, I'm sorry. It's just sometimes it's just like
it gets overwhelming.
It's really overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. So if you leave too, people, whoever I hang out with, if you leave and you just say this is overwhelming, I totally get it. Okay, girl.
Communication.
You do you.
Okay, what about you?
I think what I learned about myself is that I need space. I learned, that I really do need my space.
You're so guilty.
Yeah, I do. I feel so guilty for asking for it because I think,
My girl was thinking about
yeah, I just
else.
don't want you to feel like I don't want to be with you. It's, because
But I get it, because I used to like need her, but again, I wasn't so good at communicating, and I would
Yeah.
act like, well, so
like you want your space,
Yes,
and then
well, I
I'm like,
need my
okay, you
space.
can have your space. But then when I ask for space, I think sometimes you're like,
I think it was before more.
before it was like, well, what did I do? Am I this?
Well, that was a part of the trauma too. I think that abandonment issue thing, and I think
The
feeling
trauma response.
yeah, the trauma response, like, well, she's the closest one to me. Now
Yeah.
she's leaving me. She doesn't want to hang out with me.
There's nothing
Fine.
to do with
Yeah, nothing to do with me.
And I would feel guilty. I would feel guilty to ask because I
That was
wouldn't
projecting
want
too.
to.
That was not nice.
That's true. And
Communication.
I wouldn't want you to go down that road.
Right.
So I'm
But
like,
it's also not for you.
it's not fair. Yeah, and it's not fair for me
But that's
to
where
do that to myself.
communication has really helped us,
Exactly.
and kind of know your own needs, the self-awareness. Doing these things consciously helps you understand yourself more, so you know more about you, and that way you can, in whatever
Express it.
partnership you
Mhm.
are, like any relationship, this friend like sister thing, this
Mhm.
relationship.
Yeah, a sister.
But if I know myself
relationship.
more, then I can say, hey, Chris, like I want to hang out with you.
Mhm.
Can we have breakfast?
Yeah, yeah. Or like, hey, do you have the capacity
To listen to what I
to
have
listen
to
to
say.
what I have to say right now?
Or hey, I
Right.
need space.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Exactly. Which is what I asked for actually.
Please go.
because- You're better when you have space.
Yes.
And yeah, look, when you ask for those things, it's good for you and the other people, the people that you're around.
If you're happy, everybody else
Yeah,
feeds off of it.
yeah, exactly. You guys kind of fuel each other, and like, what is it, like plants?
Mm-hmm.
What's the word?
What?
Like plants, they give off.
the oxygen.
Yeah, but
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know what
but
I mean?
can't
Yeah.
find the word. But I know
whatever.
what
I try to be very
you mean.
philosophical one.
Okay, next pregunta. What was the hardest thing that you had to face about yourself so far?
That's a good one. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Sure. This is a very, like, I feel like everything's been really difficult for me. A big part of this self-awareness thing is really making peace with those dark things about us. Really sitting with them, not running away from them. Loving those dark things. I think that's what I think one of the biggest ones, because I have a lot. I think it's I think I'm really selfish, but not in a way of because there's now it's different where I self-prioritize. If it's not working for me, it's not bringing me goodness, I'm not gonna accept it in my life. But I think before, or sometimes that core of me can be very selfish. Me.
And you forget.
And I forget that it's about others, and in serving and loving others and understanding others, you can find a lot of peace. And sometimes we want the other person to understand us first, without us understanding ourselves. And you need to be being there for
Yin and
others
yang.
is better. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a give and give. It should be give and give.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the things that I have to face.
that's a good one.
What about you?
Me, I have a couple, but I'll say, I learned. Oh my god. I just had a big
Oh my-
blank.
What are you gonna say?
I'm like, it's between being selfless. No, I had to learn to be selfish because I feel like I could be way too selfless to the point where I forget about myself. And I learned to be more selfish and not.
That it's okay to prioritize
Yes, that
yourself.
exactly, that it's okay to prioritize me and what I need because I do feel like I feed in to everybody else, but that makes me feel good too, to like help everybody else. But then it's at the point where I'm dry.
You lose yourself.
Like I have, if you don't put into yourself, you're not gonna have anything left to give, and you are the most important.
You gotta fill your own cup.
Exactly. Fill your own cup.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How does your self-awareness journey look now? And what is it that you're working on as of lately? Me first?
Yes.
My self-awareness journey is great. It's taken a long time to get here, but I can finally say that I love me, that I see me. And I think that was a big thing before. I'm like, why doesn't anyone see me? Why doesn't people understand me? How come it always seems like I'm this wallflower? Like, and I would always do those things of like doing anything and being whatever that person needed me to be. And it'd be my parents or the person I was with, so that I would feel accepted and loved. But I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck, respectfully, and
Respectfully.
Hashtag respectfully. Like I really don't. It's about, but I really love myself. I'm so happy. I thought I would never get here. I thought that.
You thought you would never get here?
Yeah, I thought I would never be happy within myself, or I was never going to get into a point of peace, because that's all I've ever wanted. But I know that we have this misconception of, well, once you're here, you'll be happy. Once you get this,
Once you get to
you'll
this
be happy.
goal, but it's
Once you look like this, you will be happy. But no, it's happiness is a choice. I've understood that happiness is a choice, and that we get to choose what we want to create in this lifetime. And I chose happiness. I chose growth out of my pain. And I chose love instead of fear, instead of hate. And love with myself first. And what was that one? What am I working on now?
Yeah.
I think speaking my truth, putting boundaries when I need to say them, because I think my whole life people have expect me to be some way, and I've always been the person who's quiet, like, okay, give them that.
Well, expect you to be something they can digest.
Ándale. And I'm not good at saying what I need to say at the moment that I say it. And anger is not it's not an emotion that I like to feel. And sometimes it's like this trauma response when someone would get angry or I would something conflict. My first response is to go inward and just like
Shut down. And not say anything.
When of course the other person is wrong, but I almost like it. Oh no, they're right. I'm wrong, and that had a lot to do with the trauma of being with, a narcissistic person, where it's just a total mind fuck, where you can't. It's like these thoughts of, okay, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? But wait a minute. The evidence is here, but why do I feel this way? So it's been working through that, but actually telling people no, like kind of holding people responsible for this shit that they do. And it's not out of how do you say? So when people do things, and sometimes we say, oh, it's okay, I forgive them. Like, no, it's not okay, and I can hold you responsible.
Forgive them,
yes,
but you also have to hold them accountable.
Yes, and forgiveness is for us, it's not for them. So I think it's holding people like that, me being able to say it, because I wasn't able to say it, and I think it's just speaking my truth.
And then, what boggles my mind is that those people that do yell at you and stuff, like, they know.
And you've seen it.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, they know that you'll be quiet when they get angry, because people know the responses that you're going to give them. But now that you're not.
Because I think people do feel my heart and feel how I am.
Yeah.
So maybe it
I
makes it
feel
easy.
like people like that know. They do know people's hearts.
Yeah. They know.
They know. They know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Because if not, they wouldn't keep doing it. Right? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. They wouldn't keep doing it.
Again, if you're self-aware, there's no way you know, like when I fuck up with you, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I
you
fucked
know.
up. I'm done and fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that willingness of, okay, hey, I did fuck up, please.
Yeah. Instead of blaming it on me that you fucked up.
Yeah. That's what it's always been, kind of.
Yeah.
And this is with a lot of people that I've had in my life.
For like, yeah.
Really close people. And as of lately, that's what actually something just happened like that. And that left me like, one, it hurt me, but two, I also saw how much I've grown in that way too. I said my truth, even though it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you love somebody, I think people get this like kind of messed up. You could have boundaries with loving somebody.
Mm-hmm. There should be boundaries.
There should be boundaries.
Love and if that person really loves you, they will respect those
and that's
boundaries.
how you know too. They don't.
Yeah, you know
care for you.
Mm-hmm. Like after you tell them your boundaries, and then they surpass them anyways.
Yeah,
that's how.
Or loving someone doesn't mean you have to take anything. Like, no, you should be loved and cared for, and respected every moment. And the minute that they don't, you have the right to hold these people responsible and to say, hey, no. Like again, you can love it hurts my heart every time because these people, I cared about these people, I care about these people. But I care, the self-awareness, that love, it's like I care about myself more now. So I can tell you, hey, I love you, but that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like te quiero, pero te voy a querer, I'm gonna put a fence and love you from here. That's it.
Exactly.
What's up?
Hey, okay, bye.
Hey.
You can't come inside.
Nah, bitch, you can come over here.
No, sorry, but hey.
That I do. Sending love and light.
Yes. Excellent.
See, it shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't. I just.
What about you?
Okay. What was the question? How does your self-awareness journey look now? I think now, it's similar. I think also putting my boundaries and speaking up and
your truth.
speaking my truth. Yeah, speaking. Because like I know I make sense, and I think
People make you feel like
people make me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about.
she always has.
Yeah, they've always treated me like I don't know what I'm talking
You're
about.
an old soul. You're wise.
Thank you. I don't take that. I think I am too.
You really are. You have a lot of wisdom to share.
And
I know what we're doing this.
Yes, exactly. We want to share with you guys like the shit we go through because we're not the only ones. We cannot be the only ones, and so you guys know too that you're not the only ones. And yeah, so like for me, I feel like people make me feel like I don't make sense. But now I'm like, no, I know I make sense, and I'm going to say it whether you agree with it or not. I'm not hurting you intentionally with my words. I'm just telling you the truth. And I'm telling you, and you don't have to, like, I feel like I tell people my truth that they don't necessarily need to agree with it, but you will respect it though. Just like I respect your truth, even if I don't agree with it.
I also think that sometimes you don't have to explain yourself to people who have hurt you, because I think people want, and this happened to
Exactly.
me
It's
too.
like they expect you. I think the people that have hurt you expect you to explain to them
yeah,
why you
why?
stopped talking to them.
But if you really think about it, they're making it about them. They're not listening
they're not
to what they did or what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it about
like when they say
them.
they want to have a talk with you, and about like, but there's no point in having that talk most of the time because they're not even listening to what it is that all they hear is you're blaming them, when in reality you're just saying, hey, this is how I felt.
Or the
and-
guilt also can get in the way of ourselves, because that's happened
Yeah.
between me and you. And I think before, when you would come and tell me, hey, Adri, I didn't like this,
Mm-hmm.
my automatic response was to be like, well, what the fuck did I do now? And oh my god,
Like, oh, what's now? Like, what did I do now? And this, and then I'd be like,
well, yeah, but I wasn't really listening
Yeah.
to you. And one part of it is like, okay, it's not about you, bitch.
that's right.
She's telling you.
And I even told you, and I think
I
that's
remember.
how, like, that's where I've been in my journey too. I was like, no.
You and
Adri,
me.
yeah, I told you, Adri, this is not
And
about
sometimes
you.
it's harder with the people that are close.
It is harder with the people that are closer to you because you care about them, and then you realize you messed up just a little bit, and that
But you shouldn't internalize
no,
it. Because
like there's no point to internalize
about
it
you.
like that because it's not about you. It's about that person that's expressing it. You should hold that space for them and let them be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're right. I messed up.
And what can I do to help?
Yes.
So how do we
What can I
together?
do in this moment to not make you feel like I'm putting it on you? Yeah.
Just listen.
Yeah, just listen. Just listen.
And sometimes you need to ask that person, like, how can I show up for you? Or because sometimes people just want to vent. Like I think a lot with me and you.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't want me to say anything.
No,
you just want me to hear, and not even like insane, vice versa.
Yeah. This is true. I'm like, well, you're like, guys, you're not listening. And I'm like, wait, hold on. What are you asking of me?
And that's I don't say it.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you asking of me, first of all?
I'm learning.
And she'll go, oh, well, you're right. And she'll be like, okay, this is what I'm okay. So I won't.
Also, I think of us, we both, because for me, it's really difficult to, I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for having needs. And that goes all the way back.
Yeah, it goes all the way back.
All the way fucking back. I have trouble expressing my needs. I feel like I shouldn't have them, and that comes up in conflict too.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons. Like, but I'm learning. You've taught me a lot, by the way, sis. Like, yes, Ali, you can ask for your needs.
It's okay.
Listen, it's okay. I'm like, yes, sir.
Because either way it comes out, it comes passive aggressively.
It comes passive aggressive,
and then
you're
like,
bad.
yeah, I'm
And
like,
everybody else feels bad.
well, you didn't ask me anything, but I know you're telling me something with your actions. So, what is it? And then,
But how lovely that you're giving me that space. And now, see, because I was selfish. But now I'm learning, okay, I think now your sister's the one. She needs it. She needs you to figure her out.
yeah, like, and that's another thing that I did in my journey too, is that to voice that too with you. Or, like, I told my sister, I was like, I need space, but like, space, not like in my room and then, you know, her around. Because sometimes I need that too, where like, I'm like, I don't want to talk, but I want you there with me. But now it's like, I know I need to be like completely alone, but that has nothing to do with her. It has nothing to do with her. That it's not that I don't want to be around you or anything. I just why you want to leave me? From My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Yeah, have you seen that movie?
We quote a lot of movies here.
We do. But yeah, like I'm asking for what I want now, and I'm also like following up with it. Because I think before I'd be like, oh, I need space. And then I think you assume I don't need it anymore because I don't take that. Does that make sense?
No, I think I assume that you don't need it because you don't say it. But what you want is for me to notice that you need it.
Oh yeah, that too.
And tell you,
and tell me, hey,
I think you need time for yourself.
Exactly.
I don't mean that I don't want you around.
Yeah.
But get the fuck out of here. Like,
go have your space because you obviously need it. Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. And yeah, and I voiced to you too that like I would like you to just figure it out for me. I would like you to know me well enough to just figure me out, because
you do that.
Yeah, I do that for you, and I think it like I want to ask that of you too, if you could do that for me. And yeah, yes. What you have, yes. Yay.
Okay, next question. Of all the things you did, what was the hardest?
Voicing it.
Okay.
Out of all the things, I think for me what the hardest is saying how I feel.
You talk a lot?
Yeah, I talk all kinds of shit. Meaning like I have a lot of opinions. I have many opinions. No. I have lots of opinions, but there's like when it comes to like my internal feelings, I don't express that very much. But because I think, well, why I didn't before is because I know I have so much pent up things, feelings wise, that I don't want to word vomit, but not just word vomit, like feeling vomit, where you're like it can get offensive. I think I can get offensive like that because I've been bottling up so many things that when it comes out, I may not be
What's that victim thing?
Yeah. I tend to victimize myself a lot, but because I didn't
say it.
I didn't say it in the moment that I needed to say it, when I felt like I didn't have the space. No, I didn't have the space to say it then.
But now you do.
Yeah, but now I do. But it's also not fair at this point to like blame you for those things of then. You know what I mean? Like, I really need to like go inward and be like, okay, Grace, at that moment, why did you feel that?
I just go,
yeah. You're like, is this about this, or was this like something that happened in the past? And
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago, and you want to bring it up now. And I'm like, it might be that. And yeah, that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, where did that come from? Why did that pop up?
But that's not the one that's helped you.
Yes,
That's the
it
whole
has.
point.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Pause. I literally go like, oh, pause. I just realized there's something that I need to process because this came up when I don't think it should have, but it came up for a reason. So let me pause right now to erase.
But now I understand that when she says something, you're not coming out to hurt me. You're not coming out to make me feel some type of way or blame me. I think those are your feelings, and those feelings are valid. Again, this is, how old are you? 29? This is fucking shit that we've had for our whole fucking lives. Like, it's gonna take time, and it's gonna be a process, and it's gonna be a painful one. It's gonna be difficult. But when you have that person should give you, like, you know, you're doing it together.
Yeah.
You know?
Forever and ever. Till the end of time. In space.
Okay, for me, the hardest thing for me, I think, was loving myself. But having self-worth, that was the hardest. I didn't have any. It was really difficult. I thought myself the ugliest thing alive. Like, I just felt so unworthy of everything. Like, no, why would anyone talk to me? Why would anybody be with me? Like, and then after that marriage, that left me feeling, like I wasn't worthy. But that goes much deeper. I struggled with, I still struggle with an eating disorder. It was really bad, where I would eat, and I think I would eat like once a day. And I wouldn't even notice
say you did eat something, you'd feel guilty.
Yep, and I would already
because that would make you feel like you were already.
Okay, so I would, let's just say I ate a donut, and I was like, okay, well, if I eat half the donut, I'm gonna eat it, but I have to do this and this much exercise so I can lose all the carbs that I just ate. And in my head, like, when I was eating it, this is really fucked up. And if you've been through this or you're going through this, you're not alone. It's just really difficult. A lot of people actually have been, or they struggle with one. I would eat
because
it.
the standards of society, it's just so fucked up. But continue, you would eat the donut.
I would eat the donut. I would literally feel like I was gaining weight in the minute that I was eating it. And it's been a process. So getting there, and also exercise. I don't say exercise, I say moving my body. And that's been a journey too as well, because it's really hard with the eating disorder. Because when you're trying to gain muscle, you have to eat a little more protein. And it was really difficult, because in my mind, I'm like, I could feel my body gain the muscle. But for me, it's like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight. Oh my God, I feel fat. Oh my God. And it would...
And fat and muscle are very completely different things, but...
Yes, but in me...
that because you had an eating disorder, you have to like... Yeah, kind of tell yourself.
I had to establish a new relationship with food as well. And I can report that I can enjoy a donut. And if I want the fucking donut, I will eat the fucking donut because it's okay. And that can be another thing, because that can go really deep. But that also, loving myself.
Like, I knew you wouldn't eat sometimes. And that, I mean, I feel like I already knew that you did kind of have an eating disorder. But I never noticed that you didn't enjoy the food when you ate it. Like, I just thought, okay, she only eat today, but she won't eat tomorrow
Right.
or whatever. But I thought you actually enjoyed it.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't truly know what enjoying ramen was. Or,
And now seeing you, I'm like, oh, that's the difference.
yeah, I enjoy it. It's,
Yeah.
Food is not.
Because I love food. And I have a great relationship with food. Me and food, we homies.
But also, I used to even like emotionally eat, and also I had body dysmorphia. So I would look at myself. I would literally see myself like I thought I gained so much weight, but I was the skinniest I think I've ever. I think I weighed 113
You're
pounds.
disappearing in front of us.
Yeah, but to me, I was fat. I was big. I was.
Which is just, oh my god.
And also that self love with my body, except I love you.
I love you.
Oh, it's been crazy, but I'm grateful.
Yeah.
So another thing that is also loving me for me, my body. I never liked my body, and I thought it was, again, it's really ugly. I wouldn't be able to look in the mirror for more than just doing my eyeliner, and that's it. I couldn't stare at it. I couldn't look at myself naked, nothing, just my face. I would really be fasting. Or to look at outfit, it would be like 5 seconds, and then I would just not look at it. But on this self-love journey, I did things purposely, consciously. I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna look in the mirror for more than 5 minutes, and I would stare at the mirror and I would say something. I started with one word. I would tell myself one word. I gather you're beautiful.
For like a week or like every day?
No, every day, because it was hard. Sometimes I couldn't do it. Sometimes I would just cry. But those things are powerful, and it gets you to.
That's
the point
another form of meditation.
well,
No,
those were
affirmations.
baby-
Affirmations.
Yeah, those were
are good
baby
too.
steps for me to have a relationship also with my body and loving myself. And I would take pictures on purpose, like sexy pictures. I never thought myself sexy.
It's so empowering.
So
empowering. Empowering.
But it's also the perception that humanity, like the social, like that people have sexiness, or showing your body is bad, and how we grew up in church.
They're
Like,
gonna
you can't show
sexualize
skin.
you.
But
But it
beautiful
has
women-
nothing to do with what we're wearing. It has everything to do with that person.
Yes.
Like I get it if you're only wearing like
But-
nipple clamps.
No,
you know
but,
what I mean?
but women are beautiful. Men are beautiful. Like, why can't we? That's how we were born.
Yeah.
And you should love yourself and get to that point of really appreciating it. So those were little steps for me. And I take those kinds of pictures on purpose. I look at myself on purpose every day. And
And purposely wear the shirt that you really
yes,
like,
and that was another thing.
regardless of what people are gonna say.
Yeah, like I started wearing what I wanted to wear. Like, okay, I'm gonna wear this. Do you want to wear that other day? Even when I would buy clothes, be like, would this make me happy? Does this scream me? Like, what is me? And I had to kind of refine myself again. Redefine, just find myself. And so, happy to report, I now know that I'm sexy as fuck. I mean, I went to the point. This was a big thing for me.
That was a big thing.
So,
You want to explain that?
yes.
So just with everything that we're talking about, self-awareness, she went on another self journey, or what is it? No, you stopped for a second and really thought about things.
Yeah, I really thought about, okay, who are we becoming? Who do we want to become? Do we believe these narratives that we've told ourselves all our lives, that we are not worthy, that we have to look a certain way, we have to be a certain way, that people view? And me, I had to also, those, like when I talk about those dark things, you have to sit with them. I would always want to be wanted. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to belong. And I would do whatever I needed to do to kind of, so I would. And that's always been my thing.
But you never did, really.
But I never did.
Yeah,
never.
no.
I'm unconventional for sure. That's another thing, and I made peace with it. I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. But I'm enough for me. And so I did this because hair in a lot of cultures, especially the Native American culture, which I love, they let their hair grow because it's
an extension of themselves.
and spiritual.
They believe that their hair is an extension of themselves, their spiritual selves,
connected with nature. But if they do cut it, it's because it's like an ending to who they were before and what they believed before,
or when someone
leaving something back
Mm-hmm.
of who they were before. And of course, if somebody passed away, it's like, well, they're no longer in their lives, so they're going to start new.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that's basically.
Or I heard too that they just cut a strand of their hair,
that too.
or of the person that passed away,
Oh.
so that because it was an extension of themselves, they're not really gone,
Right?
Either. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about that, but that
Oh,
they
yeah,
do
yeah.
that too. Yeah.
But I did it because I was like, that I've just become involved so much. That person that I was does not exist anymore. The things that people have of beauty should be
The standards.
I don't believe that. And respectfully and lovingly, I really do not give a fuck. I love me. My hair does not define my beauty. And this is kind of me saying, like, no, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you really want to know me and you see my beauty, then you're gonna see me for me. You're gonna go up to me and talk to me, get to know me. That's what matters.
It's not gonna have anything to do with your looks. It's everything to do with your spirit and your energy.
But it's a lot more than that. And so it's like also like a thing of letting go of the past, of the pain.
Because that's how your hair felt for you, right?
Yeah.
Like.
And also, your body holds memory. Your hair also is an extension of that, of everything that you felt, everything you've been through. So I was like, no, I want a clean, fresh thing because
Clean slate.
Yeah, clean slate. People touched my hair. I'm so different now. I don't want any of that.
That doesn't make sense for you.
It doesn't make sense for who I am now. And so I did it this week. It was yesterday.
Yeah.
Not today.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Not today.
Today's Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday.
I did it yesterday. It was so powerful. I feel so light. I feel beautiful.
You look beautiful.
I feel so much. I don't know. I feel me. I feel like
you look you. You look you, and you feel you, and you.
I feel light. I don't know. I really like it, and
you feel free.
Yes, that's exactly. And this is this ongoing journey of being authentically.
And that's what it was for her.
Well,
that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else.
Everyone has their own.
Yeah, like me,
journey.
like I don't feel like I need to do that. I did dye my hair at one point because I wanted
a change.
I wanted to change. I've never done that with my hair, and I've always had that thought that I wanted to do that, and so I did it. That was something that I did, and now
you did it because you wanted.
Yes, because I wanted to,
and because you've always struggled with, well, if I do it, will other people feel weird about it? Which is, oh my god,
oh my god, yeah. Or like, will they
judge me
because I did it, or will they think I copied them, or blah blah blah? Because everybody was like doing it, and a lot of people like to remind me how they did it first, and so I'm like. And I'm like, no, I want to do it. I've been wanting to do it forever. I'm gonna do it. So I did it, and I felt really good. And then I was, yeah, now it's gonna be a different color. And then the blonde didn't make sense for me anymore. And I'm like, I'm just gonna dye it a color. So I did it pink, and I really love that pink, the fuchsia pink. Yeah, that was pretty. That felt like me. And then now I gotta decide what color I want to do. Stay tuned.
Okay. Next. Wait. You answered the question first. Okay. What?
How do you view the world?
No, that's the last one.
Oh, okay.
Say, what's the thing that you like most about yourself now that you have discovered?
What is the thing that I like the most about myself now that I'm just?
Now that you have like.
Oh. I wrote it down so it made sense for Alani, but I'm like,
it makes sense for me. She's so precise about things.
I am.
I'm just winging.
A little OCD, but you know.
The Sag in me.
Fuck it. Yeah. It makes sense to you though. What do I like about myself that I've discovered? Through this process, I like how I think. And I like how I speak. Yeah, before I used to hate
like
that.
listening to you.
Yeah.
I like to listen to people talk. I'm really weird, but
you're a good listener. You're a really good listener. I like how I think and how I speak now. Like I think I have a lot to say, and I think it makes sense.
And your presence matters.
But yeah, I'll say I like that. I like my mind.
Me, I like how free I am, how confident I am now. That I really just exist, and I take every moment for what it is, and I have the ability to do that, and I really love that about me.
I love that about me too.
And that in that same thing that you do, I think you offer that to others. You do that.
And so do you. I think you show people that they can be free if they want to be. Like, it's possible, and you don't have to care about anything. Like, give no fucks. Because really, that's when you
We
start.
have this one life.
Yeah.
This is the one life that you have. You gotta live it to the fullest.
And it's so short. It is so short.
I mean, imagine
Yeah.
you're here today, you could be not here tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, what is it that you did? And how did you make somebody feel? Like, and also being conscious of
People don't remember.
how we treat
What's that
people.
quote? People don't remember what you look like, but they
No,
remember.
no. They don't remember what you do. They remember how you made them feel.
Exactly. They don't remember what you
What you
did. They remember how you made them feel.
And that's, I mean, as human beings, I don't know, right now that's a concept that I'm really like, as human beings, we have the power to feel so much, but it can be beautiful, but it's also, it can be very
overwhelming.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Like the pain that we feel when we feel it, heartbreak, all those things, but love also. I think it's just such a beautiful thing, but we have to be really present. And
Through those times, through the sad, through the happy, through the tears, through the joy.
but when you find out within yourself again, it's so much easier to see it in other people. I think that's the next question. Was it over here? What is the biggest change you've noticed between the oh no, that's different. Well, we know that. Sorry. Okay, what's the biggest change you've noticed between the person you were before
And the person that I am
and you
today.
are now?
The biggest, I'll say. No, you go first. Let me think about it. I can't think about it.
Everything.
Right?
I don't know. What do you mean? I'm a new
Yeah.
bitch.
No, new beach.
I'm a
New
new
beach.
bitch.
2 days.
You know, I wouldn't even be able to say those things. I wouldn't be able to say, oh, I am beautiful, or I am magic, or I am, because I would think it would come like, oh no, like,
Or just to say I am Adri.
oh yeah.
And not give an explanation.
Yeah, like before I would feel like, well, I feel special because of this, and
Yeah,
this. Like I had like a resume.
Exactly.
Like, please accept me.
And now you're just saying, oh, I'm just me.
And now I go somewhere and it's like I make space. I
Yeah.
am me. And if you want to join me in this space, well, let's do it again.
But I'm not putting it on a paper for you. So you
I
can
don't need
decide.
acceptance. I don't need
Yes.
validation anymore.
So
That's
that
a
you can
big one.
decide whether you fuck with me or not.
Yeah, I'm totally different. I'm not the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen me.
I feel like we're children now.
My
Like how
energy.
children look at other children, they're like,
Well, because you're coming out.
Yeah.
Kids know who they
yeah,
are.
kids know who they are when they come out. And so like,
They know when they don't like
yeah,
something.
so
or if they like
they
something.
can be with again and they're like, no, thank you, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kid's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they go find the people that they do
Or I
feel
like
comfortable
this,
with.
or I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's when
What's the biggest misconception that I think people have of children, where they say that children don't know what they want
No,
and
the
they need to be
contrary.
told what they want. No, they know what they want and they will
we
voice
can learn
that.
from them.
Yeah, and I feel that's a difference. I'm
I like that.
living in a mindset of a child, but in that way of like knowing what I want, voicing what I want, seeing something for what it is, and being like, well, I don't want to, and I don't have to give an explanation to you of why I don't want to. Or,
You're living your truth.
mm-hmm.
We're living your truth.
Yeah.
With kindness. I think there's another thing too. Like you shouldn't have to hurt anybody
No.
by being you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
self-awareness.
respecting others too.
It's like that. If you are a book person, that he read. I think they're poems. The Young Pueblo, he says if to heal yourself is to heal the world, to go inward.
Because hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people, hurt people. I love us. Okay, the last question. How do you view the world now?
That's a heavy question.
¿Qué es que tú piensas,
¿Qué
chica?
tú piensas? I see it simply. I don't see it as complicated anymore. I feel like I overcomplicated it, but I now see it very simply.
I like that.
What about you?
I too.
I would say, yeah, we both are on the, yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah, I see the world in compassion, I think. I think we are all beautiful. I think we're all complicated and messy, but there's so much beauty that people hold. But again, I do view it simply as well, because there's so much beauty in simplicity. But also, like, you see people for who they are too. Like, I think to a fault, I see the potential in people. I see who they really are at the core,
But that's not what
they're showing me.
Yeah.
And
that's not how they see themselves.
I think, yeah, exactly. And I think that could
like
get
they
really,
haven't seen that part of themselves yet, so they're not showing that.
Yeah.
But
I think
you
we should talk about
see-
the empath thing one day.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I know that we are. So sometimes I can get in the way, because people show you who they are. You just have to fucking listen. And I know
They tell you.
they
who
tell you with
are.
their actions, and sometimes we don't want to, because
Because then you're like, okay, no, let me take all of this, what's aside, and let me see the things that you want to be. I'm not listening to who you are right now. I'm listening to what you're telling me you want to be like.
What? Of you losing yourself? Well, that's not okay.
Yeah, because the first time you meet a person, they tell you who they are right off the bat, and then later, if you don't listen to that, they will tell you who they want to be and what they want to be like and how they want to be like. But in the beginning, they told you who they were, and that's I think those are very two different things of like who they are now and who they want to be.
I like that. That's true. And nobody's perfect.
No, because I know I did that at some point. I'm like, yeah, I definitely did of like, I want to be this, but at the moment, I don't love myself, but I want to love myself. And then you want validation from everybody else to tell me that, please, you do love yourself. Like, yeah, you're this and you're that, and to tell me that these things of me to love myself.
Like,
but,
validation.
Validation, and that's not loving yourself. You need to know those things. I mean,
get to the point of validating your own.
Yes, valid. Like,
and when someone does compliment, you're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not like, oh, like they really like that about me. Okay, now I'm gonna say that I like this about me.
No, it's like social media.
Yeah,
like you feel worth with how many likes you get, or how popular you are.
But yeah, I was like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I do like that.
Okay, I think we're done with that question.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think
Love
that's
yourself,
it.
people.
Love yourself.
Go on this journey. It's worth it. It will change the world.
It's
your
not
world,
perfect.
your inner world.
Yes.
And it's possible. I know that sometimes for the people who are on this journey, it's really difficult, and sometimes there's days where it's also the healing process is you take a couple steps forward, but many back. And that's just how it is.
And
it's a very up and down.
Okay, that's necessary.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself. I think that's a big one. Love yourself through it all.
That is a big one. Be patient with yourself. Because I will admit, I'm a little scattered today. Scattered. Nobody likes a scattered bitch.
No one likes a thirsty. That's stuff
Oh my
with me.
God,
You know, that's stuff with me. That's why I drink my water. It's like, I don't want to be
Nobody
a
likes a
thirsty
thirsty
bitch.
bitch.
You're right.
What's his name? Saad Simone.
Follow him on Instagram. He's
Yes,
amazing.
he's amazing. Yeah, he's like a
Motivational speaker.
Yeah.
I saw his post on him shaving his head.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh my God, that inspired me. I'm like, yeah, because
he did it for the same reasons of like just.
Well, you hold values, and at a point, he did it to rebel, to kind of like be him.
Yeah, to grow it.
And that was a part where I shaved half of it because I was like, well, this is, oh my God, I've always wanted to be, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But this just felt right. I really feel great. I don't know how to explain it. And it's not like people, oh my God, you're so strong. Oh my God. I'm like, no, like I did it for me.
Because you wanted to. And you were like, I need to do this for me.
I need to do it for me. It was symbolic for me in my journey. Yeah. Everyone's journey is different.
Yeah, like for me, it's not wearing a bra.
Yeah. If you don't want to, you should.
If I don't want to, why the hell should I?
But it's like TikTok. It's my titty.
Oh, it's my titty. That's hilarious.
That's right.
She's just my titties. What the?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
When did not that?
When did women
Why
have
can't
to hide their nipples and men could show their nipples?
Es lo mismo. Solo more fat.
Yeah.
Nicer. Let's not talk about that.
They are.
This is otro
something else.
Otro podcast. Well, next time we're gonna make it a little lighter.
Yes.
We're gonna do a sister one, right?
Yeah, we're gonna ask each other questions. What?
To get
to know.
For you guys.
Yeah, for you guys, so you guys can get to know us. Like,
Okay,
it's called the sister tag. The sister tag. So we ask each other questions. Yeah, because our topics
not so
can
heavy.
be heavy, and it gets a lot. Like for us, even.
But if you stuck to the end of the video, thank you. Because
you.
I know this can be long.
You're real. You're the real one.
But yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, thank you for listening to us, you guys. We really appreciate it. If you could share our video, like it, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. Share your story, your self-awareness story, and what you did, and what you're doing.
Book recommendations.
Yeah. Why can't we say that word?
I don't know.
Book recommendations.
Did I say it wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk.
Recommend some books for us. How about that? Yeah.
Eso.
Yes. Videos and stuff like that too.
Yes.
So we love you. And
thank you.
Okay. Monk.
Do I look like a monk?
Yes, you do. Namaste. Oh, should we leave it at that? We're gonna leave it at that. Okay. Namaste.